Hello America, this is Ted Shelton again. This is my third video I'm starting. I'm starting a channel on YouTube. If you'd like to catch up and find me, you can check my channel out. Here it is. That's my channel. Anyway, how's everybody doing in America? I'm from Seattle, Washington, enjoying the weather. Not too much rain, but you know how it goes. It snowed just for one day, which was cool. Anyway, I'd like to talk about something that American people and Donald Trump like to hear. All right, the MAGA is moving, but the left do not want to hear this. This is what's going to happen. It is happening in America. Take a look.
Has been courting black voters, some of whom have started to reconsider their support for President Biden. But Trump's comments on Friday at the Black Conservative Federation Gala in South Carolina is leading to controversy, with some calling the remarks racist. Take a listen.
And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
And that was said in front of hundreds of black conservatives. What was their reaction? So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody.
All right, guys. Of black Democrats that basically are saying, hey, I'm gonna vote Trump, okay? And I couldn't believe it. So this is probably the reason why I didn't stumble across this interview from ABC News, who interviewed black Trump supporters, black voters, after the comments that Trump said during the Black Conservative Federation conference that the mainstream liberal media boo-hooed and whined and cried about, saying that, oh, well, it's racist, okay? And this reporter is going to interview the people who were there, the black people who attended the conference, and she's going to ask if these comments were racist, and it's going to backfire in the most satisfying way possible. So I want to talk about it, but before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Virtual Shield. Countless people are mistaking
Foundation of North Carolina, Tia Bess, National Director of Engagement for Moms for Liberty, Kevin McGarry, co-founder of Every Black Life Matters, and Sharice Lane, a student at Florida A&M University. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Federation just responded, saying in part, Black Americans are waking up to the reality that the Democratic Party has taken advantage of them, and the media and the party are terrified. Our community supports the policies of President Donald J. Trump and knows full well that life was better 4 years ago under his administration. No amount of media deception or liberal race baiting will sway the minds of black voters who will cast their ballots this November for safer streets, a better financial well-being, a secure border, and a complete rejection of Joe Biden's disastrous tenure. So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody. Okay. A dual.
Yo, this is hilarious, right? Why is it hilarious? It's because this is the exact opposite of the narrative that the mainstream liberal media was putting out there, okay? All of them understood what Trump was actually trying to say in context, but the mainstream liberal media tries to take what Trump says out of context and try to spin it in a way that it's not, right? Like, for example, anytime Trump makes a comment about illegal immigrants, saying things like, oh, well, they're poisoning the blood of this country, he's talking about illegals that have been let out of prisons. He's talking about criminals. He's talking about illegals that are committing crimes, okay? I mean, he's talking about illegal immigration and the disastrous effects it's having on this country. The mainstream liberal media spins that and says, oh, no, Trump is talking about all immigrants, right? Which is not true. Anybody who listens to his comments in full context knows what he's talking about, and that's why the polls show, when it comes to what he was talking about, when it comes to illegal immigration, most American people agree with him, right? And the media acts shocked about this, right? We're shocked that most people agree with Trump when it comes to things that he says. Well, yeah, if you listen to what he says in context, it doesn't sound as crazy as the mainstream liberal media makes it out to be, right? So I'm not surprised at all that this group of black voters, regardless of whether or not they're conservative, did not find Trump's comments to be racist, because he didn't say anything racist in the context, the full context of what he was talking about, which is comparing complaints about the criminal justice system that black people have to what he's going through when it comes to the criminal justice system being weaponized against him. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple to understand.
What were your thoughts that night when you heard these comments during the event?
It's about time that somebody started telling the truth. I mean, he's only speaking to what some black folks have experienced for a very long time, which is a disastrous justice systems in many cases. And ultimately, we can all see this playing out right in front of our very eyes. I wasn't offended or didn't feel like anything he said was racist in any way.
Former President Trump also made a statement about his mugshot taken as part of his Georgia case. Let's take a listen to that.
And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece.
Kevin, Tia, I want to bring you in here. Do you feel that that comment was in any way off color?
Not at all. I mean, the reality is that, we see a president that has been prosecuted and persecuted. And a lot of people in the community, especially in the black community, who have felt that there's multi-tiers of justice, are seeing that played out in front of their very eyes. And they're saying, yeah, I can relate to this guy. This guy is going through some things that either myself or my family have gone through. And this is a very relatable moment for a lot of people. So seeing this mugshot as a big, to the media and to the political pundits it's a big deal, and it really does resonate within the community.
Hilarious, right? Hilarious. That was not the answer that she was expecting, right? And she's fishing hard, right? She asked twice, multiple times, hey, did you find something wrong with this, right? You have to, because you're black. You have to find something wrong with this. You can't just say that you're not offended or triggered by what Trump said, because listen, we're trying to push a narrative here. Trump racist. There's things he says is racist. Black people are offended by it. Okay, you're not helping us push the narrative. Again, this is why I didn't see this video until today. I didn't stumble across it until today because they're not really pushing the video out there, right? Like, I mean, again, it's just fascinating, right? It's fascinating how that works. Okay, this video, kind of flew under the radar. In the midst of all the backlash for these comments, you have the people who are actually there saying, I know what he was saying. I'm not offended. I don't think it's racist. Again, fascinating.
Tia, want to get your comments there.
Coming from an education perspective, he didn't say, if you're not black if you don't vote for me. He was just stating the truth, and that's what sometimes we need to hear. For too long in politics, we've been lied to, and we need to hear the truth and have someone that we can relate to.
Me personally, I don't think that's necessarily relating to blackness, but I do think that a lot of black people have gone through the criminal justice system, and it has been unfair to them, and I think that's what he was saying.
Adul, you've said that you focus more on Trump's policies than what he actually says, but as we saw when he was president, his words do have tremendous power, even fluctuating the stock market just minutes after he'd speak. Do you think that his words shouldn't matter?
I mean, if you look at the track record in regards to how black poverty was at its lowest under the Trump administration, black unemployment was at its lowest under the Trump administration, the median household wealth for black people went up under Trump as well too. I mean, black people benefited tremendously from Trump and his economic policies. Why would I give a damn about what he says, right? Because we know that his policies have been beneficial for black folks. See, again, this is the game that the mainstream media play. See, this might work with women, right? Emotional women, all that. Oh, do you care about what Trump says? I don't give a damn about what he's saying, right? Trump, under his administration, the economy was doing well, right? I know that under Trump, it's more likely that I'm going to make more money, right? It's likely that he's going to attempt to close the border, okay? That he's going to stop the mass illegal immigration, right? Under Trump, I know that we're not going to be getting involved in these foreign wars unnecessarily. These are all the things I care about, okay? I don't care about what he says, okay? All that stuff is secondary, right, to what my primary concern is, which is the results, right? The results. Again, that might work with women and emotional thinkers, it might not with rational and logical thinkers. I care about the results. I care about my quality of life. I care about not having sky high inflation and grocery bills, right? That's what I care about. I care about my standard of living. All that other nonsense, honestly, I don't care about at all. Okay? So, again, this might work with women and emotional folks, right? But it ain't gonna work with me, okay? And I'm telling you, it's not working with a lot of black men. And that's why a lot of black men are leaving the Democrat Party. Because a lot of black men are realizing that in order to get to where we're supposed to get to, that we have to take back our communities, okay? Until the black man is put back in control of the household, okay? Until the black man takes back the community away from the matriarchy, right? The single mothers that are running the black community now, we're not going to get anywhere, right? You have to put the man back as the head in order to progress. And I think that Trump is symbolic of men trying to take back control of this country. Okay? I'm serious, right? That's one of the problems with why this country has fell off of a cliff. A lot of these neighborhoods, again, are being run by single mothers. And the single motherhood issue has led to a lot of chaos and destruction. And let's not forget the fathers who are not taking care of their kids, they're to blame as well too. But again, I think a lot of men see economic opportunity in the economic policies that enable the opportunity that come from the Trump administration as a chance to, again, take back our communities and to right the ship. And that's the only thing that's going to right the ship. It's up to the black man, okay? And that goes for any community, really, whether you're white, Hispanic, whatever, right? It's up to the man, okay? And I think that's why a lot of men are swaying in favor of Trump, is because, again, Trump represents men being back in the positions that we belong in society.
His words absolutely do matter, and I'm less concerned with something said in jest, and I'm more concerned with the fact that we had a president who actually took on criminal justice reform with the First Step Act. And unlike the Biden administration and the Democrats, he set forth a platinum plan for black economic empowerment, something we've seen nothing of the sort from the Democrats.
Kevin, your thoughts as far as, do you feel that there have been some policies in the past, well, while he was president for 4 years, that black people benefited from?
Absolutely. And the number one policy, and the one policy I wish the mainstream media would cover, because it would give you a lot more credibility amongst your average folks, would be the policy that Joe Biden in his 1994 crime bill, when he says, look, we're going to get rid of these racial jungles, we're going to, basically target black and brown communities for a little $5 piece of crack. We're going to send them to prison from 15 to life. And this has been going on. President Trump came in and saw the injustice that was perpetrated on the black community, especially. It was targeted. And he said, no, we're going to dismantle this.
According to exit polling, former President Trump saw a 5% increase in the black vote from 2016 to 2020. Tia, I want to bring you back in here. What do you think is driving this increase? What specific Trump policies do you feel have helped black Americans?
Well, I'll start with myself. I was a Democrat for all my life, my entire family, but it was around COVID time when I started paying attention to policies being made. Like, I started paying attention to, when Trump and other politicians were listening to the parents, the people who really had voices that matter. Because if you look at the media now, no one's paying attention to the parents and what we need. And just because I'm a black parent doesn't mean that I care less about my child. Doesn't mean that my opinion should not be heard. So there have been a lot of policies that, Trump has been supporting within the parental rights system.
And anyone can answer here, kind of a jump ball. Final question. What do you think about the media response, the noise, and some of the comments made as a result of the controversial remarks, if you will, that Donald Trump said over the weekend? And I'm also curious, is there anything that Donald Trump could say that would stop you all from voting for him?
Again, look at that. Fishing, right? She's fishing for something. Okay, please tell me, black conservatives, what Trump can say that would make you not vote for him, so we can focus on that, right? So we can program around that. Please tell us. Again, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. These people are so desperate. Okay, even when they're trying to be, neutral, right? They can't be neutral, right? Clearly and obviously this reporter is Trump deranged. Would she ever ask this type of question of Biden voters? Is there anything Biden can say to make you not vote for him, right? Did Biden saying that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, is that racist? Right? She would never ask a question like that. You've never heard them ask those type of questions. They don't.
For me, I would say that it's more so about policy and action instead of just talking. You know, someone can talk a good game all day. They can appeal to black voters who they want to, but it's all about policy and what you're doing. That really stands out to me. Like, for instance, there are two big policies that I agree with that he has passed, such as things on school choice. I'm pro school choice, and I'm also anti-illegal immigration. I think that it does disproportionately affect Black Americans, and I think that a lot of my counterparts would agree with. And I say that because those people are being sent to Black communities. They are being sent to our hoods, our neighborhoods.
Anyone else?
Well, if Trump came out tomorrow and said, I want an unlimited open border, if he came out tomorrow and said he was in favor of late-stage abortion, if he came out tomorrow and said he doesn't think black people have the capacity to succeed in this country, then I wouldn't vote for him. But chances are he won't be saying those things, and chances are I'll be supporting him.
Sharice, Tia, Abdul, Kevin, we thank you so much for this lively and spirited conversation. Appreciate it.
Facts. They didn't want to hear that. They did not want to hear that. But again, like I said, man, a lot of it, you know, we know how black women gonna vote, black liberal women, right? They gonna hit Biden with 90%, right? They'll give him 90%. It's really gonna come down to the black man, right? How is a black man gonna vote? How are all men gonna vote, right? A man gonna show up, right? Because
Yeah, let's hear. Okay, I'm not doing it all right anyway.